Hey there, here's a super fast quick start video on using Phabricator and Git together. So if you're watching this, you should have an email to set you up inside of the Phabricator instance. And once you set a password, this is the homepage for Phabricator. Phabricator is a lot of different things. It's got a wiki, which has some information already on how to use source control clients and Git. It's got a task tracker. It's got a source control system with a couple different options. But if you go to source, you'll see a list of all the repositories. Right now, there's just the one. And if you click on it, it's kind of the same view you might see elsewhere, like on GitHub or any other projects like it. The project, the history, and everything else. But the big green clone button is the URL that you will feed into your Git client, whether that's the GUI client or the command line or integration with Unity or your IDE or whatever else it might be. So I'm going to copy that for now. There's also a shortcut link here to manage SSH keys. So the authentication we're using for Git, you have to upload to Phabricator the public side of your public-private key pairing. This is also available under just your profile, and then settings, and then SSH public keys. It'll be a list of all the keys you've uploaded. You can also generate a key on the Phabricator side of things and then add the private side of that to your client, or go the other direction, which I'll show you in a second here. So Fork is a free Git client that I like a lot. It's available for both Mac and Windows. So the username and email here is just identifying you in your commits. But you should fill that out to be the same as your Phabricator information, just for convenience. And this is just where Fork is going to be looking for all of your projects. So maybe that's like a projects folder, maybe that's just like your documents folder or something else. And then fire it up. This is actually the installer running in the background here. So this is what it'll look like the very first time you run Fork. You can change Fork between a light and dark theme, which is nice. So I'm going to, a init new repository would be if you want to start from scratch locally, but I'm going to clone and then paste in the clipboard, which it detected automatically, where to put it, and then its name, and hit clone. Now this is going to fail because I do not have my key set up. You'll get a permission denied. So the solution here is either to generate a key in Phabricator, or if you have a key already, to upload to Phabricator the public side of your key. But if you're starting from complete scratch with Fork, go to Configure SSH Keys and Generate New Key. So key file name, let's just do Narbonic, if I can spell that correctly. The same email you've been using everywhere else, and do generate. So if you're already using a Git client for other projects, you might just want to use the existing key you have. It really depends. So I'm going to do copy to clipboard, and then I'm going to upload a public key, paste my clipboard contents, and name it test video key. So now, with this in my Phabricator account, I can just hit OK in this, go back to clone. It's forgotten my URL because I have a different thing in my clipboard. Go back into the clone button, copy this to my clipboard, and paste it back in here. Oh, it already pasted it for me. So now when I hit clone, it will correctly clone with the permissions. And the reason you use a public-private key pairing is over a password is that even if that transmission was intercepted, it's only good for that one time. Like if you intercept someone's password, you can reuse that password. If you intercept the communication that just happened with the server, it's not good enough. But here's all the history. I can make changes, and then once I've made some changes, you can commit with this, which is kind of beyond the scope of this quick start video. But inside of Phabricator, go to the wiki and check here for any new documents, including configuring is kind of what this video is about here. Or you can go into Git Basics for a little bit of information to get you started into the wide world of Git. Hope this helps. Feel free to hit me up with any questions on whatever communication you might have me available on. All right, later.